Procrastination. I've been sure that a lot of you know what it is. The art of avoiding work. Hence, throughout this entire week, before I came to give my talk, I kept on being asked, Tristan, what is your talk on? And when I told them that I'm defending procrastination, I got a lot of confused and frankly disgusted responses. And it wasn't really reassuring that my vice headmaster basically gave his contempt for the thing I'm defending. So I'm right here, been given the challenge to break the mold. And I would understand why people frankly don't like procrastination. Because to me, procrastination is a cartoon villain, you could say. Always plotting and scheming to bring your downfall. Procrastination makes sure that you do not have the motivation, to have the ambition to achieve your goals. You do not have the motivation to strive for higher. And just to make sure procrastination gets its point clear, opportunities slip past your fingers. Around 121 million people around the world suffer from depression per year. And I can bet top dollar that villain procrastination had a role in it. But I'm here to break the mold. I'm here being given a challenge to offer a fresh perspective, a new perspective. To look at this villain from a different side instead of his bad, how about the good? Because like all those Marvel movies my fellow students go to Bambani and procrastinate their work on, no good villain appears out of nowhere. Procrastination could have been an ordinary job within the complex society that is your mind and body, offering its own small piece of the puzzle. Everyone suffers from procrastination. I could give you the facts. 80 to 90% of college students suffer from procrastination. 20 to 25% of adults around the world suffer from it too, with 25% of those adults considering it a problem. 8 out of 10 people constantly procrastinate. But I believe those figures don't really hit home, don't really dig in deep to how common it is. So for my fellow students, I have a story that would interest you of how common procrastination could be. I was in one of our maths offices doing a test. Within earshot, 2 teachers, who I'll call teacher 1 and teacher 2 to protect myself, were having a conversation, and it went a little bit like this. Teacher 1 asked to teacher 2, "What are you doing? Because I see you look kind of busy." Teacher 2 then replied, hey, man, I haven't even started. So then teacher 1 said, I had to ask, finishing it off with the response I believe all my fellow students know. Because I didn't want to be the only one not done. And it reassured me that, wow, our teachers are also human too. There aren't these figures who just feed us work every single day and hope it comes out when it's due. They also suffer from procrastination. Which got me thinking, why do we procrastinate? Why is it so common? So I did a bunch of research and came up with what I call 4 categories, what I deem to be the 4 heroes who suffer under procrastination's villain. The first one is the warrior. I call the warrior the all or nothing junkie because it's all or nothing and there's no other way out. The work is done the night before, and the way they smile when they hand it in when it's late is quite frankly terrifying. I would call it an addiction. Because why are you smiling when you just showed me that you're disorganized? Why are you so happy? It wasn't until recently I realized why. I also had a warrior moment. My laptop sad have got destroyed. My data was gone. I had to end in a piece of work which was supposed to be due weeks ago, and then the final was supposed to be due in the next 2 weeks to come. The stress was there, believe me. In just one day, I finished it, but the relief, the dopamine I received. I can tell you right now, teachers, if you want to get your students addicted to something, it's ending in the work because whew, nothing even comes close to it. And, well, I can understand why warriors tend to have this lifestyle of all or nothing. Because we as humans sometimes struggle to retain a thought for a long period of time. To others, a piece of work which is supposed to be done in a week is much easier than 2 weeks. Some of you forget where your phones are constantly. Can you remember where you're supposed to put your work? And of what essay or whatever is supposed to go in? No, you cannot. Put on the armor and in one grand battle, face the work right before it's due. But just like warriors, they come out of it destroyed, scathed. No good warrior comes out of a fight unbroken. And that's the problem with this lifestyle. High stress mentality lifestyle. The hunters, always on the prowl for the perfect prey. To these people, preparation is key. Always going straight for the jugular with the perfect shot, the perfect hit. That look at what I've achieved. The perfect kill. The perfect work. And if the preparation through, the work tends to be quite excellent. But it's quite if because have you ever seen a deer which waits to be killed? Nothing waits to be killed. The deadline does not wait for you. No matter how much my fellow students ask for extensions, time waits for no man. It will always move forward. And all that preparation comes to naught. You've basically done nothing. You wasted your time. But the method does work. The TEDxUWCSA department used it for our own work, and it's coming out quite nicely. Third category, I call them the dreaming wizards, because only magic can make this happen. They spend that time being overachievers in their minds, dreaming of turning an essay into a Nobel Prize winning paper. It's quite serious if you ask me. They really take the expression too much on your plate to the next level. Because they want to wow, they want to possess, they come up with all these big ideas, trying to fit it into a small top hat. Imagine trying to put the highest quality venison from Japan with, a truffle from Italy together. Perfect on their own, but when they're coming together, it doesn't really work out. You need magic for that. And that's what they try to achieve, magic. Pride in the magic they produce. But even I don't think anything's going to come out here. And then the fourth one, the ones who really show that maybe procrastination is not such a bad guy. The cowards, the flight response. In life, we all have problems weighing us down. We all have issues we face. And there comes in the fight or flight response. Sometimes it's better for the flight response. Last term holiday, I was given a buffet of options of work to do. It was right there. English, CAS, TEDxUWCSA, maths. I had everything I could wish to not do. Sitting in front of me. It was only 2 days later I actually started on something. Because I spent all that time thinking, what do I get started with? A lot of but. If I start with this one, my history teacher will be happier. But my maths teacher, she's looking at me kind of roughly these few days. But then there's CAS, so important. Don't do it, I fail. But, you see? And that's the same thing in life. A lot of things weigh us down. And we all have these buts. We all have this, should I, shouldn't I? And just say, you know what? I just give up. I'm going to go sit down. See if it looks more appealing right now. And my fellow students, you also suffer from the stress. We also suffer from the stress. We've got assignments. We've got deadlines. We've got teachers who don't like us. For Form 5, John Sora might not know your name. That's a stress on its own. And all of this just gathers up into your mind and weighs you down. You can't go anywhere. And your brain just says, hey. This gotta go quick. As Tim Urban once said, procrastination is all about instant gratification. Here comes in the instant gratification. Just move that quick and let the stress go. Sit down. Procrastination is a stress reliever. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what it should be. It's supposed to keep that stress that's supposed to weigh you down away from your mind, to give you clarity so that you can think ahead and plan. Then the problem comes in. The problem which pushes you to international healing. When you procrastinate too much. When the stress is always constantly hitting you. That's why procrastination becomes the thing that's keeping you from doing your work. That's when procrastination becomes a stress in itself. Because, to be honest, procrastination is not just about work. It's about ideas. It's about ambitions. It's about thoughts. Procrastination doesn't always have to be you not doing your work. It can be you not wanting to go do the TED Talk, which you're supposed to do. It can be you not wanting to talk to the teacher you're supposed to talk to. It can be you not wanting to face your boss for a promotion because it looks kind of scary as an excuse. All of these are just forms of procrastination. And therein lies the issue. But also the indication of how important procrastination is for telling you to step back and look at your life. Because procrastination tells you to do something which all those 4 other heroes never did, which is my suggestion. Break it down and look at it piece by piece. Because there's one thing the vice headmaster who showed his contempt for what I'm defending said, is procrastination becomes a habit. It's not always about being lazy. It's the thing that stops you from moving forward. Because like all good things, when it's taken into too much amount, it can be dangerous. So please, next time you see someone on the field not doing the work, they're not being lazy, they're just trying to prevent high blood pressure. So who knows? The next time I speak, I might be trying to defend assault upon someone as a way of stress relief that saves your life. Because although I'm exaggerating in saying procrastination saves your life, I believe that I've sparked an idea within you to look at it different, to maybe show that procrastination may be a necessity. Thank you.